Just under my name. And
He's still your son.
no, listen, I know he's my. I'm not cutting him off forever. I just haven't. It was wrong, but none of this ever would have happened. Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a can. They was drinking beer out of, then grabbed him by the neck. People automatically assume that I'm going to defend my son and I'm going to like try to pay people off and get them out of trouble. I'm just as mad as Roger as that.
Surprised nothing has happened to him? Are you surprised there haven't been any arrests, any charges, anything like that?
No. They can't and they won't make an arrest until Psycho Stu says that wasn't planned.
Rampage Jackson has broken down the incident involving his son, RajaJackson, who nearly injured a pro wrestler in the ring last week. Rampage admitted he's angry at both his son and those blaming him, but as a father, he still stands by Raja.
So nothing like that. I'm not taking up for my son. Any man that did somebody like that in a ring should face some consequences, but I don't take kindly to people calling my son like caged animal. Say he don't got no undeveloped frontal lobe. So like I don't take that kindly because anybody in a race can explode when they're pushed.
Rampage believes his son deserves some jail time to reflect, along with community service, anger management, and therapy. However, he rejects claims that Raja attempted murder, insisting his son never intended to kill anyone. He explained that he knows Raja well enough to be sure of that, adding that his son probably didn't even realize how badly he had hurt the wrestler in the heat of the moment.
All that, Raja, I think that he should do a little time, do a little community service, and go to anger management class, see some therapy.
But that goes like some people said it was attempted murder and things like that. That's not a little time.
It wasn't attempted murder. He wasn't trying to kill him.
How do you know?
Because that's my son. I know my son. Roger wasn't trying to kill him. He wasn't trying to kill him. He wasn't trying to kill the guy. Roger probably didn't even know how bad he hurt him. He wasn't trying to kill him.
Rampage argued that the whole situation has been blown out of proportion, with many people wrongly thinking Raja snuck into the ring. He clarified that his son was allowed inside, as if he were a professional wrestler, even though he had no business being there, and blamed the promoters for that decision. While mistakes were made, Rampage stressed that there was never any intent to kill.
The problem is everything got blown out of proportion, and people thought that Roger snuck in. That's what the problem is. At this point, Roger was in the act as a pro wrestler. He ain't no pro wrestler. The promoters had no reason putting my son in the ring, but it was no attempt.
Rampage also expressed frustration with Psycho Stu for staying silent after the incident. He believes Stu should have taken some responsibility, pointing out that the whole situation might have been avoided if Stu hadn't struck Raja on the back of the head with King.
I wanted Psycho Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him, and I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset. Now I'm upset with Psycho Stu because he didn't come out and say, "Oh, whoa, yeah, what Roger did was," but he didn't sneak in the ring and do this stage. That's all he had to say to some of these racist ass out of my DMs. Hey, he seeing all guys blew up and stuff like that. He should at least said something.
Okay.
Take some accountability. Like honestly, everybody was wrong. Roger was the most wrong. Everybody was wrong, but none of it ever would have happened. Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a can. If they was drinking beer out of, then grabbed him by the neck. That never happened. None of this never.
Rampage revealed he hasn't spoken to his son since the fight. He said that while he did talk to him briefly right after the incident, he later learned details that left him disappointed. Raja had disobeyed him by hiding the fact that he was getting involved in a wrestling match, something Rampage never approved of. According to him, Raja is a fighter, not a wrestler, and had no business being in that environment. He admitted his son went too far and knew better, even noting that he had already grounded Raja from training for 2 weeks before this happened.
Heard or seen Raja since the incident. How is he doing?
I don't know. I don't talk to Roddy no more. So I don't know.
Since then?
I talked to him. I heard the story, and I heard some of the stuff, and then after that, I learned a whole lot of stuff about it. And Roger's wrong. He went against what I told him to do, and he hid the fact that he got roped into a pro wrestling story. Roger's not a pro wrestler. He's a fighter. He's not a pro wrestler. He had no business in that ring. Everybody there was wrong. And yes, my son took it too far, but he knows better. He knows he's wrong for getting involved in the pro wrestling.
Despite his frustration, Rampage admitted he still loves his son. He said Raja is likely at home as the family waits for an arrest warrant, adding that he was even prepared to turn his son in himself. Rampage made it clear that although Raja stopped listening once he became an adult, he will always keep things real with him, never lie, and always give him the truth, no matter how hard it is.
He is now.
Most likely he's at home. We've been waiting for a arrest warrant. So when we get arrest warrant, I was going to turn him in. We've been waiting for a arrest warrant or whatever. And I got him a turn. I did what my job is as a father. Still take care of my son. I still love him, even though how upset I am with my son. I love him. So he's my son, but ever since he's come on adult, you don't listen to me. All I can do is like be a father. But Roger know I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to lie for him, nothing like that. And he knows that I'm gonna give him my.
Rampage also admitted he hasn't spoken to his son because of the dishonor brought to his family name. Ariel Helwani questioned this choice, saying that if Rampage truly cared about his son's well-being, cutting off communication wasn't the best move. Helwani added that in his own case, even if his child did something terrible, he would still try to support him. Rampage clarified he's not permanently disowning Raja, but chose to stay distant in the immediate aftermath.
Are you at all worried about his well-being?
Yeah, my son. I am worried about his well-being. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right. So why you asking so stupid?
Well, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to see my son do that. I also don't think I would cut my son off if he did that. So, if you are worried about his well-being, why are you not talking to him?
Because he's under my name.
He's still your son.
No, listen. I know you. So I'm not cutting him off forever. I just haven't.
Rampage explained further, saying he knows Raja is his son and that he's not cutting ties forever, but he hasn't spoken to him since the incident. Helwani urged him to stand by Raja, reminding him that this is likely the lowest point of his life and when a father's support matters most. Rampage admitted he did talk to Raja right after the fight, but was angered that Raja lied and put other kids in danger. He said he needed distance to process everything while dealing with lawyers. Rampage confessed he felt both heartbroken and disappointed, admitting he didn't know how a parent is supposed to react when their child puts someone in the hospital.
This is the worst moment of his life. He needs you now more than ever.
No, listen, I talked to him after the shit happened, and he hid the fact that he did this. And he put my other kids in danger. I just can't talk to him right now. I just can't. I'm not saying I'm never going to talk to him again. I just can't talk to him right now. I need some time. I'm dealing with his attorneys and all this, but I'm very disappointed in Roger. Like, yeah, I'm not a perfect parent, so I don't know what the protocol is or how much time you stop from talking to your son when he goes out there and hurt somebody. He put a guy in the hospital.
Finally, Rampage placed some blame on the promoter, saying they changed Raja's entrance music and reportedly encouraged him to rough up Psycho Stu. He noted that AJ was the only one showing common sense by advising Raja to just throw a single punch, and said he wished he'd been contacted personally, but admitted he was unavailable at the time. Rampage also questioned why it took so long for others to intervene.